Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Flava Flav. Seriously, don't panic. I'm not dying or anything. This is not oxygen. This is a medical device for measuring the pH in my stomach. This tube going up my nose is like 3 feet long. It runs down the back of my throat and into my tummy, and it's really uncomfortable. It's sort of like walking around with your fingers stuffed down your throat all day long. I'm not a big fan of body modification anyway, but if I were to recommend one, this would definitely not be it. Fortunately, I only have to wear it until tomorrow at around 8:45. Unfortunately, I had to drive 3 hours and 45 minutes to get this thing put down my nose, and I'll have to drive 3 hours and 45 minutes to get it taken back out. Not cool. My day started at 3 o'clock this morning when I had to jump out of bed and into the Prius and head to Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is like a big little city or a little big city a couple hundred miles from here on the other side of the flatlands. The trip went well. I didn't fall asleep at the wheel and I didn't hit any deer, although some deer did try to damage my vehicle. When I got there, I sat in a waiting room for all of 10 minutes before they drugged me into the back and they stuck a gigantic tube up my nose. Not this one, this was a different one. This one looked like a string of rope lights. This thing went all the way down into my stomach, and this evil barbarian wench made me sit back in a chair, and she sprayed salt water into my mouth. I had to swallow a gulp of salt water 10 times and wait 25 seconds, and then a bunch all at once. Then I had to sit up and do it all again. I'm sure that woman wasn't a barbarian. I just didn't like her after we were done with that. Then I got this thing. This thing's smaller. It's less painful, apparently, but it has to stay in for 24 hours. That's not cool. I think I would take the rope lights again. Bummer, more problems. I think my body was built by IKEA. Don't worry, still not dying, just really uncomfortable. Help, my doctor's been replaced by a robot with a TV screen and a camera on it. Hopefully that's not built by IKEA. Could you imagine going to see your robot surgeon and finding out he's got Ford Motors, General Motors transmissions, Chrysler Electronics, and he's holding a Kia scalpel and reading from a manual that was written by any German manufacturer? We'll go with Volkswagen for the sake of it being complicated and impossible for anyone to read. So to put this into terms that normal people can understand, I had fuel bubbling back out of the filler neck, also known as reflux. So I went to go see the people mechanics and they put me on a 24-hour diagnostics computer to see if they could see what the problem was. After that computer was removed, shortly after that computer was removed, I had some CAN network issues, some PCM connectivity issues. I was traveling miles, but I wasn't recording miles. This was some type of seizure. I was standing in the middle of town and had no idea how I had gotten there or exactly where I was, and my car was parked a mile away safely at my shop. So I had walked a mile to find myself not knowing where the hell I was. I called my wife, she came and picked me up. I went to the hospital and I talked to a woman through a computer screen that turned itself on all by itself. True story. This woman listened to what I had to say. She took note of it. I got a stack of papers and I was told to go see my doctor. And that's all the information I have at this point.